How good the so-called white man living. This is the corner. It used to be some brick houses right there, but yeah, it used to be. Now look at that. You see how they can build up homes and stuff, and we live here all our life. And look, man, this is not complaining. This is just showing y'all. I remember when they had two houses. They had a house there that was like a house, and that house there is taking up half of that. But look what they did over the years. Look at this, is a brand new house here built here. That building wasn't there neither. Now that's something how they can live here all their life. Now I've been here, born and raised, basically walk around here. You see what I'm saying? Here in Louisiana. Yeah. But anyway, they can live. That's something how they can reap better benefits than us, and we've been here all our life. They've been here, but we can't have that, but they can. Now that's crazy, ain't it? Think about it. That house right there. Look at that. There used to be a house right there, like the rest of those are houses. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Let me turn my volume down right quick. Now think about that. Think about that. Now, isn't that crazy how they can live in this country they forever? Like we live, born and raised here. So-called white people, they came here. Now, and they the one raped, robbed, and murdered the land. And took everything. Raped, robbed, and murdered the Native American Indians, and they took everything. And you know, that is really crazy how they can have all of this. We lived here all our life. They lived here. We've been born and raised here. We can't have none of it, but they can. You see what I'm saying? That's amazing how things work like that. You know what I mean? And people say, "Oh, you complain." No, I'm not complaining. I'm just you got to have your eyes open to see it. Just because you point it out, that doesn't mean it's not doing it. You know, of course they don't have to. We're mourning. Look at that. Look at all this here. They just recently built this, and I've been walking around here. We've been living here all our life, all our whole life. Where's I was at? Where our riches and wealth and stuff at. People always talking about, like, God don't like a complaint. No, we're not complaining because we're in a condition to where they got it all. They ain't got nothing to work. We ain't got the, what nation of people say, man, I got to move away from here. I can't even pull up here. I can't even pull up here. I got to go somewhere and try to get me a good job and work. Man, it's hard. It's at times it's hard, man. I gotta go and get me a good job or do something, man. I gotta go move to California or North Carolina or something like that, because it ain't shit around here, man. Ain't no jobs and that. When have you ever seen a so-called white man get on his computer and get on his camera and blog about, man, ain't no job? No, they ain't got to. All these houses here, they just recently built more houses. Or what they did, they probably tore them down and remodeled them. They probably took them same houses and remodeled them and brand new. But more than likely, they gonna get something brand new. Most of these houses, look at it, like they building one right up here. Look at this one right up here. And guess who's building these houses? Our people is building. The Mexicans, the so-called the Hispanic brothers, they don't want to be building up all this stuff around here. But guess what? In Deuteronomy 28, it says, "Thou shalt build a house, but thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant vineyards, you will not dwell therein." He said, "Thou shalt have fruits. Thy ox shall be slain before thy eyes." That means that they're gonna be taken. They're gonna take everything you got, slain. That means they're gonna take everything. Your cattle. Go look at it. Go read it in Deuteronomy 28. He says that you will not enjoy the fruit of your labor. None of that. That means hard work. What that sound like? Negroes. working hard. You know what I'm saying? Our people's Negroes, bro. Black, Hispanic, and Latino brothers and stuff. Look at that. Mexicans are doing that. Look at that. Hey, what's up, Mingo? Yeah, it look like they on a break. See that? That's a Mexican brother. Those are Issachar brothers, man. And you know what, man? It's almost like we know each other when we see each other. It's like some of us don't know it. Some of our people don't know it. I didn't know it at one time. I did not know that the Issachar brothers were part of us. I didn't know that. Just like they may look at me and say, I don't look like I can be part of them. But we understand that these are because of the curses and our forefathers when they started mixing with the other nations. And I'm going to show y'all the scripture in Nehemiah chapter, I think it's in 9, Nehemiah 10 and 9. It show you all of the Hebrew nations that have went and taken strange wives, and they had to come and confess their sins and the iniquity and the sins of their forefathers for messing with the women of the other nations. That's in Nehemiah chapter 9, Nehemiah chapter 10, how they had to separate themselves from the mixed multitude, all that type of stuff. That's the mixed multitude. That's talking about all that's going into marrying the women of the other nations and stuff like that. Because it says the Israelites have married the daughters of a strange god. It talks about that in the last book of the Malachi. Look at that. Every time you look at that, Issachar brothers building that house. Look at that. Building a house. Guess who get to live in them? So-called white people. So-called white people. You don't see why we ain't living in them? They enjoying our fruit. They enjoying us. We not enjoying them. Yeah. Hold on with him. Okay. Yeah, man. And when you see these so-called Edomite police officers, I'm in their neighborhood. I'm in the Caucasian neighborhood, the so-called white man's neighborhood. And notice it's quiet, it's peaceful. None of it. You don't see them in their neighborhoods and all that trying to fight each other. You don't see all that in their neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? No, you don't see that in their neighborhood. When you be in our hood, you gotta walk outside and you gotta damn near be looking like you better not mess with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can tell when you're in the hood, you know? Yeah, you can tell when you're in the hood. Or you gonna have to be on your guard, everything, you know what I'm saying? Look how they spaced out. They got plenty quiet space. They got they got privacy and everything up in here. You can look and see they got privacy. You can walk out in your yard all day, look at the bushes, the woods right there. You can't even see the other neighbor's house. But shit, in our neighborhood, you gotta walk out. I'm just doing it for history document. That's all I'm doing. I'm not sitting up there trying to degrade. I would never degrade my people. Hell no, that's a damn lie. But you can pretty much look in our neighbor. You know now, what Negro lived in a house like that? Think about that. You know goddamn well a Negro. It's rare. If you see a Negro living in something, our people living in something like this is fucking rare, man. The so-called white man can't relate to that because they already living good. They live in a peaceful neighborhood. It's peaceful, quiet, no crime, no nothing. They got plenty of privacy to themselves. They can walk outside. You don't hardly see what the next neighbor's doing. You know? There was an elderly lady explained it to me like this though. She said, now if it's what y'all say it is, and y'all say God is using them to punish us the way y'all doing, well, why we complaining about it? If God is using them to punish us and this and that and the third. See, that's enough. I want to talk on that. I want to elaborate on that a little more. You see what I'm saying? And I want to talk about that. I told the elderly woman, I said, although it's a strong statement, that's a powerful statement that you're making, and you know, if you're not really rooted and grounded in the truth, you'll be like, well, maybe after all, maybe they not. That's probably why they be like, well, white people are not so-called white people are not so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go into a Nigerian community, their communities are like this too as well. Because most of you can tell the people who are not really no Jew. These are Jewish people more likely living here. You can they gonna be their yards gonna be more. It's gonna be more. The neighborhood gonna look more like business office neighborhoods and stuff like that. They houses gonna look like the caps like the tower of the like a castle that what you call those things is the house is gonna look like a big tower, like a Superdome castle. What you call that building? Africa, that big old shit. I'm trying to think of that thing. Somebody in the comment section help me out with what I'm trying to say. Somebody in the comment section, if you come across this video and you gotten this far like 11 minutes, comment that in the comment section and tell me what it is that I'm trying to say. See, like those they're like capstones and stuff. Big stones. They houses look like what you got? I'm gonna have to look it up. Somebody please help me in the comment section what I'm trying to say. But the houses look like brand new big castles, and the yards look like they very clean. You can eat off the grass. Look like they whole house is nothing but like they ain't got to even go to work. They got stores and stuff. They houses, some of their houses and certain different departments in their houses, like their garage and stuff, look like you can make a store out of it and stuff like that. You can tell when you living in their neighborhood versus living in our neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? In our neighborhood, it's more like a rundown, like rat den, roach den. You're gonna see paper everywhere. You're gonna see abandoned houses and all that kind of stuff. Like houses that's been sitting up for years, rotten. People go in and smoke or whatever they want to smoke in a house. You know what I'm saying? They damn near white folk. You go in their neighborhood, they damn yard and outside look like damn near like a zoo. They families ain't even got to even go and go on no vacation shit. They got everything at their house. And if they want to, they can take a vacation just for the hell of it. But it's not really going to hurt them, you know? Yeah, it's like it's different. Look at him. Look at that. Look all over that. You see that? Yeah, yeah. In their neighborhood, it's very quiet, man. In our neighborhood, like I said, all you see is abandoned houses. Like, you know, it's looking like an infested area. Like the rats, the roaches, the animals just coming in and just tore it up. You know how you go into a house and it has been so invested with rats. It smells funny. It smells weird. The odor coming up. It's pretty much like that in our neighborhood. Like rats done tore into a sofa and just tore all the cotton out and everything. It just looked terrible and horrible, like destruction came into our neighborhood and just like a bulldozer is coming in, just tore up everything. You know what I mean? But in the so-called white man's neighborhood, everything is different. You know what I mean? They live right here by the churches. We got to walk a mile just to get to one. You can pretty much tell when you in a Negro neighborhood. You know? Damn near they houses look like like a what you call that? Another thing, like a train station. The damn house look like a damn train station where you can go and pay a ticket. All of that. And they like I said, let me reiterate, the houses just look like, I know it seems like I'm repeating myself, but I'm just making sure that I'm reiterating so that people can understand. Like the houses look like what else? Like they got a business, like a grocery store added on to their damn house. You can look at it and say like, damn. And you can look at the material and see the type of material that the house is made out of, that they sitting on nothing but like money, all that stuff. You can look at the material and see the expensive material. Can you imagine building a house for so-called white people? Like 1 million pieces will cost about hundreds and $100,000 for 1 million pieces to put a house together. That's the type of house that they live in. Yeah. Look at that. Look at them buildings. That churches look like, you can tell the churches are so-called white buildings, everything. And they right there by the lawyer's office and all of that. You know that ain't us. Yep. When the last time you ever heard a Negro say, one-eyed people, black, Hispanic, and Latino, and Puerto Rican say, man, my granddaddy owned this, he owned a couple of businesses, man. He owned a lawyer's office, he owned a grocery store. Oh yeah, let me go down to my granddaddy's store and get something. Man, please. So I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm gonna crank it back up later, and we'll talk a little bit more. I'm gonna go live on the other one. It's gonna be on the same channel, but I'm gonna use a different app to go live with. All right, I'm gonna see y'all later here. I'm out. The video is entitled what? Just in case if I run into racism. Just in case if I run into racism.